Today's video is for this beer. This is a rug pull. It's an oat IPA, but is it worth selling your Bitcoin for? Keep on watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer, this very striking can. Obviously we've got a Bitcoin there. This is from Alpha Delta Brewery based up in Newcastle. And it's called rug pull, which is the term I think is used when you bet on an asset, say Bitcoin for example, and as you're buying it because you see the price going up, everyone else is selling it, and basically they're pulling the rug under you, and then obviously the asset drops like a stone. Those of you that are be well aware of that if you're in cryptocurrencies at all. So this is an oat cream IPA, which is always a bit of a different one. We don't get many oat cream IPAs. It doesn't tell us anything about the hops in it, but obviously we've got lots of oats in it, so I expect a nice thick IPA, and it's a 7%er. So let's get this can open into a glass. Nearly forgot what I need to do, and see what it's all about. I've had this one for a while, so I'm not sure. You know, it's one of the last ones from my sort of April haul, but I'm certainly expecting it to be a nice thick beer. I mean, it's just a disappointment we don't know what hops are in it, but maybe we can work them out once we drink it. So, beer in a glass, certainly poured very thick. It's definitely a thick caramel, like a caramac. That's what I'm thinking of, the caramac. Sort of almost, it is very custardy, but it's got a slight orange, but it's very thick. It looks beautiful. We've got 2 fingers compacted just about off-white head. I think that looks pretty stunning for a beer. Very golden colour. See what the aromas are like. Smells pretty good actually. I mean, sort of very sort of sweet peach, mango, other citrus fruits. It smells really sort of juicy and real. You can almost smell how thick it is, you know. Really sort of dense stone fruits. I think it smells really good actually. I can't wait to start drinking it. Cheers everyone. It's obviously quite thick, loads of oats in it, gives it a really thick, creamy body. So it's got the mouthfeel and the body is absolutely superb, really, really good. I'm still getting a little bit of prickly carbonation in there, but the one thing I'm getting, I don't know if it's almost like a little bit of sort of dry bitterness on the front end. It could almost be a little bit of hop burn in there. There's a lot of hops going into this beer. The sort of hops that are in it though, I'm not sure. I mean, you'd be looking at things like, I don't know, I'm guessing really, El Dorado and Galaxy maybe. There's a real strong, over-ripened fruit. I mean, I wouldn't call it dank, and I wouldn't call it sort of, it's not earthy as such. There's a slight earthiness, I think. It's got something in there that gives it a little bit of earthiness, like say Simcoe or something like that. But I'm thinking Galaxy is a lot of mango, peach, apricot, real sort of sharp stone fruits. There's a bit of lime. There's not much else in terms of citrus. I'm not really picking up much. Maybe a little bit of orange rind even. There's something a little bit sort of slightly bitter in there. I'm not sure if that's bitterness because it's not coming at the end, it's coming quite quickly. So that also is a little bit of, you know, could also be hop burn. It's a very hop forward beer. I'm just frustrated. I don't know what the hops are. Maybe I'll look it up. So Alpha Delta rug pull. It's juicy, it's thick, it's creamy. There's a little bit of burn in there, not much, just a little bit. And you know there's lots of hops going into it. There's a lot of going into it, but there is that sort of it almost coats the mouth a little bit on the back end. It's almost, you're getting that orange rind sort of on the back end, really. Grapefruit, maybe a little bit of grapefruit, but it's quite juicy up front, and the creaminess really makes it a great beer. I mean, oat cream, if you have an oat cream IPA, it hasn't got a nice thick body, then they've obviously done something wrong. But this certainly has. Loads of oats in it. It's pretty good. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Rug Pull. This is Alpha Delta, and it is an oat cream IPA, and it's a very nice one. Let's go through the scores. Aroma, well, lots of real dank stone fruit aromas, mango, apricot, peach. Yeah, and there's a sort of, you know, I said before that I didn't think they were dank, but it's warmed up a little bit, and they are quite dank, slightly earthy, very sort of strong sort of aromas. So I'm going to give it 14 for aroma. Appearance, well, I mean, it's a beautiful colour. You can tell that just by looking at it, and look at the, you know, look at the way that it coats the glass there. You know, you've got that almost yellowy sort of head there. I think it looks pretty good. That is as golden, beautiful golden colours you're going to get. So I'm giving it a full score, 10 out of 10. Flavour, well, oat cream, definitely got the body. Thick, creamy, real sort of no carbonation, really sort of gloopy, and you know, as it goes down. There's a little bit of, I think, hop burn on the front end, because you get this real sort of real dryness. I think you get that hop burn, big stone fruit, sort of over-ripened fruits, really sort of really strong flavours, almost to a point where, you know, if somebody said this was a double IPA, it almost sort of, that's what I would say, because it's got those sort of really strong flavours. I mean, it's interesting, recently reviewed a 7% IPA from Morrison's, Glide, and those flavours were sort of, they were sort of getting like that, but they were very, very light. And this is almost the opposite, but it's 7% as well. So I think there's a lot more hops going into this beer, certainly, than that one. It'd be interesting to know what the hops are, but I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm going to sort of say that I reckon Galaxy, maybe Simcoe, probably something else. I'm not quite sure, but there's definitely those sort of, the Galaxy, which gives that real sort of strong stuff. I always think it's a big stone fruit flavour, the Galaxy. So flavour-wise, it's very strong. It's very sort of hop forward, but it's got great mouthfeel, and there's definitely a lot of juice in there. There's no sort of, it doesn't sort of, you get all that juice and that everything almost at once. You don't really get sort of a back end. Maybe there's a little bit of dry, sort of slight bitterness on the back end. I'm not sure whether it's just my mind playing tricks, but it's almost like an orange rind on the back end. Still, I think it's pretty good, but it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna blow anyone's socks off in terms of the flavour. But I'm giving it 33. Value for money, 4 and a bit quid, 7% IPA. There's definitely, it's a lovely looking can. There's a lot going into it. There's loads of oats in it. I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. And my overall experience, well, it's one of those sort of beers where I love the mouthfeel, but when you get those thick sort of beers, there's a lot of hops going into this, and there's big, strong stone fruit flavours. I'm getting something else in there. There's some earthiness coming in there. There's a grassiness. I think there's a little bit too much hop burn for me. No, I don't think it's too much. It's just, there's a little bit of hop burn, and that sort of just takes the edge off and to make it a really great beer. But I'm still giving it a 13, because it's a really, I mean, for an oat cream IPA, I think it's a really good example to show how many oats you can put into a beer to give that real thick gloopiness. So 13 for overall. Tighten the scores up, we get 78. Not bad at all. You know, is it worth, you know, cashing in all your Bitcoin to buy it? Probably not. But it, you know, let's face it, it's going to be a 0.000 something of a Bitcoin. So 4.5 quid for what it is. It's good value for money. Let me know if you've had a great oat cream IPA, because just the whole concept of it, I think, is great. You know, that thick oatiness, but sometimes, you know, they don't quite they don't quite carry it off. I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know why that is, but why aren't we seeing more oat cream? Because I think I certainly had great ones. I've had a great ones from Polly's before, and that's about all I can think of. I think even Tiny Rebel have done them. Not bad beers, oaty sort of beers. You know, they're not oaty in flavour, but it just gives that much body to it. So 78 out of 100 is still a recommended beer. But let me know what you think, and let me know. Have you ever had the rug pulled from you in terms of investment? Let me know in the comments. Until the next one, you know what you're going to do. Keep on rocking.